I was able to get my hands on a pack of these mushroom gummies for just $10 at a store here in the downtown mall. Mackenzie says with these products being so widely available, her biggest concern is them getting in the wrong hands. Much like a tank of gas, the cost to fill up your EV comes with every use. It'll be determined by how long it takes to charge the car and how much energy it's using. 100% of the proceeds from the Paws Are the Cause Tattoos for Charity event benefit the Rockfish Wildlife Sanctuary. Its mission to rehabilitate animals and educate the community about our wild neighbors. Casey, on top of a life sentence, Brown was given an additional 20 years for child abuse. This all-inclusive treehouse is the first installment for Bennett's Village. Once complete, it'll be fully accessible and ADA compliant. The E-Hall Pass is not a physical pass, but rather a system. Anytime a student needs to leave class for any reason, they must first sign in electronically using their student ID. That's right, Aaron. It's not exactly the 2024 Summer Olympics out here, but it is absolutely amazing. The weather is beautiful for some music here at the Ting Pavilion for Fridays after 5. The Veterans Collaborative focuses on increasing resources for veterans and military-connected families in Charlottesville and nationwide. 68 dogs were transported from Maryland all the way here to the Green Dogs Unleashed headquarters, each looking for a forever home. The presidential race is heating up. The 45th president trying to come back as the 47th. Donald Trump's opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, aiming to make history as the first female president ever. And I mean, I know a lot of times when people are writing different things or when they're a part of stuff like this, they kind of maybe tie things from maybe their own personal experience or things like that. I guess talk to me about your vision and how you were able to bring that to the stage. A new test promises to provide earlier diagnoses for dementia and one diet change you can make to reduce your risk of the disease. The Charlottesville Albemarle SPCA Rummage Store held a fundraiser earlier today to help support all of its animals, including those brought in because of Hurricane Helene. Vice President Kamala Harris is trying to boost her credibility on a campaign weak point, immigration. WVIR men's lacrosse team takes on Maryland today in the NCAA tournament semifinals in Philadelphia. The motorcycle driver, 57-year-old Terry Smith from Cumorah, died at the scene. A mechanical issue with the Ford is being investigated as a cause for the crash. Marl County Supervisor Mike Pruitt says while this money is for anyone in the county, it's targeted specifically to the tenants of one apartment complex who are being evicted. Maggie Glass joins us live in the newsroom with more on the situation. Hi, Maggie. From an outside view, this Baker Butler Elementary custodian looks like just a regular guy, but when it comes to the world of professional cornhole, he's one of the most respected in the game. I got the chance to hear his story, and as you can see here, even get some tips to improve my skills. In his day-to-day, Charles A.G. is lead custodian for Baker Butler Elementary.
I've been working in Albemarle County for about 28 to 30 years. I like the job because I interact with the kids and met a lot of great people along the way and support my family.
In his free time, he's a top 100 cornhole player in the country.
I started playing cornhole about 6 years ago. Just messing around with a couple of friends, and I started playing, and it just felt good to play the game.
Charles says when he first began playing, he never expected it would become such a big part of his life.
I got asked to play at a local tournament, and we won the tournament. So then I was like, I really liked the way this went. It definitely opened my eyes up to say I could play this game.
Now he is considered an elite player in the American Cornhole League.
I travel a lot to play this game. You have to be consistent. I try to be as consistent as I can when I play this game. And I know my wife would probably say, you play a lot. And I do play a lot. But at the same time, I'm having a lot of fun. AG says his #1 goal, other than becoming the best, is growing the sport, one fan at a time. I have talked to people in Albemarle County already about trying to get a club team, and I will try to be the head of that if I can.
His hope? To inspire others.
It might not look like the 7-footer that plays basketball or the 300-pound lineman that plays football. You know, this is a sport that anybody can play. And I want to teach people how to play because I want them to get the excitement out of it that I get out of it. AG says he's making good progress putting together a cornhole club for Albemarle County Public Schools, and he's excited to see the sport grow even more. Live in studio, Jacob Phillips, 29 News at 5.
Tens of thousands of dock workers are currently on strike. The Port of Virginia among those that are now closed, and what's happening there in Portsmouth may soon be felt right here.
It's going to cause a ripple effect all the way down through the entire market.
Tom Phillips owns Phillips Discount Furniture in Charlottesville.
A lot of your furniture, a lot of your components all are shipped in from overseas, whether it be Malaysia, China, Vietnam. So it comes through our ports here on the East Coast.
Even if an item is made in the U.S., chances are some of the materials are shipped in.
Where it could affect you later on is in January, February, March, in the winter months or in the early spring, when your items start, when those inventories start to get depleted and you can't get components to build furniture or build those items.
David, also known as DJ, is the produce manager at Reed's Super Save Market in Charlottesville.
All this is going to trickle down to every industry, and eventually it'll hit us.
The strike will also impact the tech industry. Dennis Kobzon owns Mr. Fix on the downtown mall.
We obviously rely a lot on our international suppliers, and we get in parts from all the places, but mainly from China. And it is definitely going to be affecting us a lot in the long term.
He says the strike could lead to higher prices, and if it goes on too long, potential layoffs.
The last thing I want to do, cut my employees' hours, and with the less traffic, this is what might be happening as well.
In Charlottesville, Jacob Phillips, 29 News.
We feel like it's a moral and ethical imperative to step in and make a difference if we can.
Dan Rosenzweig is the president and CEO of Charlottesville's Habitat for Humanity. He says making an offer for the Carlton Mobile Home Park has been a real challenge.
It's been crazy over the last 5 weeks or so. The residents got a notice that the mobile home park was being sold.
That notice left people living there with 60 days to do one of two things: move or find someone with enough money to buy the property so they could stay.
This really is something that should be a couple years long process. When we announced that we had put forth an offer, there was a spontaneous cheer. People are really excited about that, and we're just all hoping and praying together that the owners of the park will take our offer.
The seller is required by state code to at least consider Habitat's offer, but they do not have to accept it. City Councilor Michael Payne hopes they do. He says the city will work closely with Habitat along with its partners in the Piedmont Housing Alliance and Legal Aid Justice Center if their bid is accepted. In Charlottesville, Jacob Phillips, 29 News.